Summer's finally underway, and the River Cottage garden is taking advantage of the overdue sunshine. My fruit and veg have about another fortnight to soak up the rays before harvesting. But for one of my 3 spice pigs, the chance of a suntan is fading fast. My landlords, Anthony and Serena, are hosting a medieval fair to raise money for local charities. My contribution is to be a spit roast porker, and the time has come for them to choose one of my trio.
Well, I think she's very fine.
She's the bigger of the two.
I think one's going to pick one out of
Saddlebacks.
3. Surely it should be one of the 2 blacks, shouldn't it?
As you can see, one of them is slightly bigger than the other.
Yes, why is that? Are they the same litter?
No, they're the same litter, but one of them's just slightly ahead of the pecking order, I guess.
Well, I think the one who's done better ought to survive, and I think the one who's done less well ought to be given up to the common weal.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I didn't want you to think I was mean, but I was going to steer you in favour of the smaller pig.
I think
because
that's
I think it'll spit roast a little bit better.
I think in this highly competitive world, the ones who've done best should survive longest.
Right. You've done pretty well, Anthony.
Well, I hope to survive a very long time.
You don't think I'm giving you the
No, not a bit.
mean portion if
I think you're being enormously generous.
But
Let's
how
just
many
have any
people
one
is
of them.
that going to feed at the medieval fair?
Oh, he's going to feed a lot.
A lot. I try not to do portion control while I'm still looking at a live animal, but I think probably 150 rolls full of roast pork.
Really?
I think we'll all get a very good mouthful.
I think so.
No, that'll be lovely, Hugh. Very, very gratefully received.
With one animal on the way out, I have to think in terms of replacement stock. Luckily, Marge's mothering skills are well proven. Come on, Marge. This is your big day. And I want you looking your best. Come on, girl. There you are. What a lovely girl you are. Now, I've got a friend coming to see you. You do the right thing, and you'll have a lovely baby calf next year. I'll be wanting a March calf from Marge, and that means an August conception. And with that in mind, we'll be playing host to a fine figure of a Dexter bull, Notting Regulus II, on loan from local breeder Sarah Mitchell. Right. When you say short rations, what you mean is he hasn't had a bit for a while.
He hasn't had a bit for a long while as far as he's concerned.
All right, so today could be a very pleasant day for him. Is he a considerate type, do you think?
He's not a bully. He would talk to them nicely.
Does he mix her a drink before and share a cigarette afterwards?
I'm not sure about the drink. They'll definitely give them a cuddle afterwards.
What a good lad. Of course, it remains to be seen whether the gentlemanly Regulus can actually do the business.
Oh, Madam's got up.
He's off. He's off. Do you think there's a pretty good chance something will happen in the next day or so?
I would think so. I mean,
If we leave the poor things alone?
Well, it's not ideal having an audience, is it, really?
I prefer it without.
Yes, it's a bit inhibiting having people watching you.
I think so. I'll leave Marge and Reg to get intimately acquainted. Meanwhile, I've got other fish to fry. There can't be many food gathering practices that have remained completely unchanged since medieval times. But here in Dorset, people are smart enough to realise that if something works, there's really no need to change it. The men I'm about to meet are experts in a form of fishing that dates back beyond the Middle Ages, probably all the way to the last millennium. But I can't afford to be late. I've got to catch the flood tide as it surges up the shingle bank of Chesil Beach. Good day for it. Lovely. Beautiful. Looks a little bit choppy to me. You'll be all right. See a few white horses out there. 5 times a week in the summer, weather permitting, skipper Royston and his crew of amateurs launch their skiff in pursuit of the mackerel shoals. Are we waiting for a big wave or a little one? We're going to float paddle.
Little one.
A little one. Whoa, yeah. I hope you don't mind me asking this question, but is there any reason why this wouldn't work with an engine?
Well, it's never been done with an engine.
What, so that's just respect for tradition?
Yeah.
Right.
We don't want no engines over
It's
here.
not because the fish don't like an engine, or
No, it's just always been done like this.
you like to see people working hard.
That's right. Yeah.
Mackerel netting is a team game. The plan is to use the run of the tide to bring us back to where we started. So first the shore crew follow us up the beach, while we've got a hard row against the tide. What's our top speed, you reckon?
Top speed, not very fast at the moment, is it?
Overdressed and hot, isn't it?
Once one end of the net is secured with the onshore crew, we row straight out to sea and start to fish in earnest.
Do you reckon there's as many mackerel now as when you were a kid?
No, nowhere near. But we keep enough. Enough to eat. Bargain a few down the pub for a pint or two.
How many mackerel cost you a pint?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen mackerel for a pint. Your landlord's doing all right then.
The net is paid out in a huge semicircle. Then the boat crew comes ashore to become a second shore crew. As the tide drags the net back down the beach, the two crews haul in as hard as they can. And there's no room on the team for shirkers.
That's the net.
But eventually both sides come together at the surf. The business end of the net comes up the beach and we scrape out the shingle, ready to receive our bulging bag of flappingly fresh fish.
There we go.
Okay. That's good. That's fantastic.
There's enough for the frying pan.
How many do you reckon you got there?
12, 15 stone now, I think.
150 odd pound, 200 pound.
Yeah. Well, you knackered, you? Hey, wake up. Well, we got plenty more to go yet.
We're not going to do it again, are we?
Oh, yeah. Bloody hell. They're getting thicker.
After 3 shots of the net, we've got plenty of fish to go round, and it's time for Royston's traditional post-haul tea.
No, this is your dish. Show me how it's done.
Nothing more than mackerel boiled in a bucket of seawater.
Oh, I see. You wash your plates first.
Oh, yeah. Always wash the plate. There you go. Just help yourselves.
Wow. Flakes beautifully off the bone. Beautiful. That's very good.
Isn't it?
That is very good. Not pretty, but it's very tasty.
You like that, then?
I love that. Mackerel a la bucket. I think that's an excellent way to cook it. And I think you should have some, Brian.
Right.
So it's off for a burger, is it?
Yeah, I'd have a cheeseburger, won't you? One of those.
I can't just persuade you to try it.
No, you can't. You've got no chance, mate. No chance in a million years.
Delicious. Tastes so much better than a fish
You
thing.
needed it. It's disgusting. No chance. Makes me cringe just looking at it.
All the more for me then. My share of the catch is 30-odd fish, so I'm looking for a recipe that will allow me to preserve them for consumption over the coming weeks.
People have been using salt to preserve fish for thousands of years, but not with a view to creating any great delicacy, just as a means of preserving the fish. But when some brilliant Scandinavian had the idea of adding this to the mix, a fantastic new dish was born, gravadlax, or in my case, gravad max.
A large bunch of dill fresh from my polytunnel is the key flavouring in a cure made from half a kilo of sugar, 250 grams of salt and 100 grams of black pepper. This cure is spread over the bottom of an old wine box. The first layer of fish goes on top, skin side down, and the box is stacked up layer by layer. The last layer goes skin side up. A final covering of the cure goes on, and a board is placed on top and weighed down with a couple of bricks. It's left for a minimum of 2 days. As the great English summer hots up, my ewes are looking a little overdressed for the weather. Clearly they need a trim, and freelance Kiwi sheep shearer Braid is here to give me a lesson in the art of ovine topiary. First up is the lovely Lucy.
How old are you? Oh, she's only 16. All right, I think you.
Sweet 16, never been kissed.
Okay, then, Lucy, here we go. Watching you.
Once Braid's done one, I'm supposed to take over.
Yeah, you've got to be a bit careful. If you cut the sheep here, she's curtains. You're watching?
Yeah.
Pretty easy so far, isn't it?
Whoa, it's run. I couldn't. I feel very nervous doing it around the eyes, I think.
Oh, you'll be right.
That looks very good. You make it look easy and difficult at the same time.
How's that, Hugh? Is that?
That looks pretty
You're
good.
happy enough with that,
That looks fantastic. She all done? Is that worth hanging on to at all?
That?
Not really.
I'd say that fleece is worth about 50p, Hugh, especially with the amount of straw and stuff you've managed to get in amongst it all.
Yeah, well, you were the one who pushed it over into the straw.
Oh, I see, it's my fault now, is it? That's okay, I'll take the blame.
I'd appreciate it if you take the blame for everything that happens today.
Well, thanks very much, mate, yeah. As long as you've got plenty of beer in the fridge.
And now it's my turn.
Ooh, Hugh, you've got a job in front of you here.
Please.
Are you sure you're up to it, Hugh?
I'm not sure at all, no.
Aren't you?
I've got to have a go, haven't I?
So tuck that leg in behind your knee.
What, literally right behind there?
Yeah, look at that.
I'm a bit worried that her head is about to disappear through my legs. There we go.
Come on, Hugh. You're buggering around like an old woman. It's not an old lady's rest home.
Okay, come on, let's get on with it. Where should I start? That's so hard. It feels very coarse here, but I'm worried about cutting the skin.
You're going well, Hugh. You're going well.
I don't think this is all going to come off in one piece.
Well done, Hugh. You've got that much off.
Oh, shut up.
How you feeling, Hugh? All right?
Nervous.
Oh. Steady on, Hugh. You're right. You're right. There's no blood, so that's the main thing.
I don't feel good, to be honest.
Give me that handpiece here, Hugh. We'll get you onto an easier bit. Get a hold of the seat, will you?
Oh! How's she sitting for you, Hugh? She's sitting all right?
There we go. Come on, Hugh. Get a grip. You're not giving in, are you, Hugh?
I don't want to give in, but I'd quite like you...
You don't want to give in, but you want me to do it. No, you've got to say, I give in. The sheep have beaten me before I will carry on.
Oh dear. I'm really sorry, Joanna, but I think you'll be better off in this guy's hands, to be honest. I give in.
Okay, Hugh.
The sheep have beaten me. You can finish the job.
Braid quickly sorts out the next two sheep, and then there's just my mutton Weather to go. It's my last chance to avoid total humiliation.
Right? Yeah. This hand in here, mate.
Oh, gave him a little prick there.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Woohoo! Hugh's away, look at this. Where have you been? Such dedication.
Are we there?
That's it, turn the plant off and get another one. There you go, mate, you just made 50p. What a bloody mess. Hugh, where have you been? It looks like it's just been through a mincer, Hugh.
Cheers, Braid.
Cheers, Hugh. Well done.
Ah, that's not bad, is it? So tell me, Braid, how bad am I at shearing sheep?
Quite frankly, Hugh, you're bloody useless.
Is that a fact? Do you think it's psychologically damaging for the sheep to have a coat like that?
So one of them's going to feel left out all the time, aren't they?
Well, one of them's going to be looking at the other two that look all right,
And wondering
saying,
whether...
do I look like that or do I look like that?
That's right. So
that could be the one with the psychological problems.
Yeah. What do you like at counselling?
Counselling sheep.
Yeah, animal psychiatrist.
I think I'd be
these days.
better at counselling sheep than shearing them.
Come on, Red! She wants you!
I can't get too distracted by Marge's sex life because there's only 24 hours before the medieval fair. While most of my pig is going to roast on the spit, I've salvaged a precious morsel from the carcass to put towards another fundraising product, a classic West Country tea time treat. One of the finest lardy cakes in all Dorset is made here at my local bakery. The recipe is the secret of brothers Clive and Philip Crabb.
This is my little offering, gentlemen. That's the flare fat from my pig. I thought if I give you this, you could show me how to make a lardy cake. Is there some special secret ingredient in your lardy cake?
Well, it's just one real top secret humdinger.
What, that you put in and other people don't?
Exactly.
I thought it might be a fair exchange if I bought you some lovely fresh lard of a quality you probably haven't seen for many a year. You'll tell me what the secret ingredient is. Is that a deal?
What do you think?
Yeah, perhaps.
Perhaps?
Yeah,
What kind of a deal is perhaps?
We will, you know.
Okay, all right, I'll settle for a perhaps. I'll take the chance. Let's do it.
We're going for around 50 cakes, and the brothers are making up a large batch of dough, which as far as I can see consists of nothing more unusual than flour, yeast, sugar and shortening, all mixed together with a little warm water. Meanwhile, my flare fat is being rendered into lard in the enormous bakery oven, which is still fired by coal.
When I was shoveling coal, did you slip something in?
Slipped a little something in.
You put something in there.
We each get a third of the dough, which is rolled out and generously smeared with the River Cottage lard. Caster sugar and currants are flung on in abundance, and the dough is folded into thirds. Then it's more rolling and more folding.
Well, it's starting to get a bit wrinkly, is that all right?
That's age. We've been at that for years.
Not going to roll it again, are we?
That's it, yeah, just try and get it square.
Each of our slabs is divided 4 by 4 into 16 lardy cakes,
I can feel that lard oozing already.
which get 20 minutes in the oven.
It does look rather good.
It seems though it's...
Does it look as if it might be up to your usual standard?
It's close.
Oh, look at that, just
Look
coming
at
apart.
that.
Look at the fruit in that.
Well,
There you are. Hot from the oven.
well,
That's very good.
if only you'd paid more attention.
Oh, come on! I think you're a harsh man. It may not be the best lardy cake you've ever had, but it is the best lardy cake I've ever had.
Excellent.
It couldn't be nicer hot from your oven.
So where's that mystery ingredient?
It's in there somewhere.
There's a bit.
What do you mean, there's a bit?
We'll tell you tomorrow, how about that?
Yeah.
We'll leave you thinking about it all night.
Back at the cottage, I've got more pressing worries. Reg is playing hard to get. But I can't afford to get distracted by a case of bovine sexual dysfunction. I've got a pig to mount.
Well, you should be.
I can't tackle a whole one on my own, so my old friend and jam-making rival Barbara Gunning has come to help me sort the beast out.
Yeah.
You ready to manhandle a pig?
Yeah.
Just remember it's a girl pig, not a boy pig.
Don't put me off.
And we start in the obvious place.
You'll need to bring it up. Whoa.
You just have to lift the head up a bit.
Okay. Push. Oh, painful.
I've borrowed a proper spit roasting kit, and the first thing is to get our pig properly fixed on the spit. While Barbara heads for the kitchen to adjust her apple sauce, I get to work with a sharp knife, a handful of salt, and some fresh thyme to make sure that the skin will turn into cracking good crackling. The fair is to be held in the garden of my landlord's weekend residence. To have the pig ready by early afternoon, I need to get started at dawn. The charcoal's fired up on the lawn, and the pig needs to be turned every 10 minutes. It's shift work. I'm on first watch while Barbara gets a lie-in. Come 10 o'clock, it's Barbara's shift and time for me to sort out my costume.
Too tarty.
And eventually I settle on something which befits my lowly station in life.
Testing, testing. Oh, we're getting some action. Wonderful. Okay, then that's it. We've tested. Thank you.
The medieval proceedings are about to commence, and everything's on schedule. Our pig's got the best costume of all, a coat of finest crackling.
It's looking very good, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And I think it's very nearly done. I think we should treat ourselves to a little sneak preview. And for crackling's anything to go by, the rest of it should be absolutely perfect.
Absolutely.
That'll be one tasty
With the
pig.
apple sauce, it will just finish it off.
I'm not sure what looks tastier, Barbara, you or the pig.
Well, I don't want to be in that situation, thank you.
No, I can see that might be a little uncomfortable.
It's 2 o'clock, and the gates are open to revellers.
Ladies and gentlemen, give those who've bothered to dress up a big round of applause, please. Due deference being paid to me as they pass. a wimple or two. Now back to your stalls and your games and your pastimes.
While the commoners have been given leave to make merry by my lord and master, Barbara and I have to get down to business.
We're going to have to go back for that other leg pretty soon.
The secretive Crab brothers are also on hand to help sell the lardy cakes.
Oh, so nice to see you. Are you having a jolly good time?
Extra crackling for the medieval babe.
It's gorgeous. And the crackling is excellent.
Well, you got extra because you look so good. Come back for more. May I say, ma'am, you've arrived at exactly the right moment because
I've got the tenderloin.
You've got the fillet, the
A
tenderloin.
little tiny bit, not too much.
Oh, no, we must spoil you. The lady of the manor gets extra crackling.
I say.
Very, very tender.
Is it good?
Marvellously tender.
Still moist?
Very.
Good
It's
flavour?
Very, very tender.
The quality of your turf.
Well done. Lovely, lovely that. Really good.
The winner!
More crackling. Extra crackling.
Well, my teeth are...
I'm just trying to suck up to my lord and liege with a bit of extra crackling, if that's all right.
As long as it isn't tooth-breaking crackling, it looks to me as though it might be getting
That's
at
given
me
with
that.
enormous respect and loyalty, your lordship.
Thank you.
2, 3!
No cleavage, no extra crackling.
Ah, shame.
Rustle something up.
Thank you very much.
A satisfied customer.
One satisfied customer.
We should have him stuffed.
Absolutely. I'm mounted.
The lardy cakes are starting to shift and my pig is on its last legs.
Is it succulent?
And what's left in the moustache, I'll have tomorrow. Thank you very much indeed.
We're 3 rolls short, actually.
We've been up and on our feet since dawn and we've managed to shift over 200 pork-filled rolls. But there's no rest for us serfs, as it's time for the big finale, the tug of war. Barbara and I are leading the home team against the Hare and Hounds pub, pulling across my lordship's moat.
Will the men and women of River Cottage take their positions, please?
Hang on, they're
Show
starting
that muscle
miles
you're
away.
famous for.
I don't think it's wise for us
River
to start-
Cottage, are you ready? Go on, Frank. The straight.
Send John Amble and say, do you need the kiss alive?
Now come on, Hugh, this is Merry England, not the Low Countries with Brighton photographing it.
You let go!
Hugh, does revenge seem so sweet?
Well, that was all about a pot of jam, was it?